Okay, we're live.
Okay guys, we're live on Periscope again with This Also Happened, also called In Case You Missed It, and we have Snig with us today.
Hi.
So she'll tell us about all the South Asian countries and what is going on in these countries. So Snig, tell us what happened in all the South Asian countries, all the 8 countries.
Hi guys, I'm Snig. So I'm going to take you through all the nice, more encouraging sort of stories that you might have missed out from South Asia. So we call this segment This Also Happened. We've been doing it now for what, 3 weeks?
4 or 5 weeks.
4 or 5 weeks. We do it at around this, this time slot. So how many people do we have right now?
We have a lot of them coming in.
Right now we have 6 live viewers and others are joining.
So should I start?
Yeah, you should.
Okay. So I'll start with Afghanistan. Now the International Monetary Fund, that is the IMF, has approved a $44.9 million arrangement. It's going to be a 3-year financial arrangement for Afghanistan. And this program is supported by the Extended Credit Facility, that is the ECF. Now what does this aim at doing? It aims at battling corruption in Afghanistan, going through more fiscal developments, more financial reforms, looking in for infrastructure development, and $44.9 million, it will be given out in parts in 3 years. It's a financial arrangement arranged by the IMF. Now is anybody asking more questions about this?
No. So we have a picture.
We have a picture, but that's like the logo of IMF. It's like this.
Moving on to the next country, which is Bangladesh.
Should I show them the picture first?
We have already shown the picture.
Next picture.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so now we move on to Bangladesh. Now the government of Bangladesh is going to have a $3 billion network in the country of roads, rail network and roads. It's going to be organized by the Chinese Railways. It's state-owned, the China Railway Group, and they weren't granted the project through open bidding, but they were directly selected by the Chinese government. Now they'll provide the majority of the funding in form of soft loans to Bangladesh.
Okay, somebody's asking where is the accent guy.
So he's left for the day.
Yeah, he's not here. I'll tell him you guys are missing him.
So he'll be here tomorrow.
We'll let him know that you guys are missing him.
Now this road and rail bridge will span the Padma River with a 4-lane road on the upper deck and a single railway track running beneath. This is great, we already have 2 stories. What?
Sorry, I was just wondering.
We have 2 stories of other countries helping out each other. Earlier we talked about Afghanistan, the IMF and the Extended Credit Facility are loaning them some amount. Now China is helping Bangladesh with their road and railway development, and China of course is known for its extensive railroad system. So them helping out Bangladesh is a fantastic idea. We'll move on to the, we have a picture. What is this?
I don't know what that is, but...
Is this from Bangladesh?
Yeah.
Okay, this is one of the existing tracks, but in the near future I think we'll have a fancier version of this. We'll have a road track with a railway track beneath it, a 4-lane road track with railway track. So that will be quite fancy. We'll move on to the next story. It's from Bhutan. There's going to be a 3-day workshop on design thinking in Thimphu to equip civil servants with empathy while dealing with their clients. Now, most often, the most frequent complaints that you hear of government servants, and I'm sorry, it's a little not politically correct, but people are, this might just help them because this is an effort to inculcate a wholesome approach while dealing with the public, promote a citizen-centric attitude among civil servants. This will be a 3-day workshop in design thinking in Thimphu. Now, by the end of program, what they're aiming at is that the participants should develop a curious and an analytical mind, which anyway is required when you're dealing with people, because you have to have you can't have a one particular approach towards everybody. You're dealing with so many different people, they have so many different problems, so you need to have more of an analytical, a curious mind, a zeal for continuous learning, it says, with motivation to improve things in general. And this will be attended by civil servants, a 3-day self-design.
So somebody is asking if it's just a normal workshop.
Yes, it is.
It depends on how you describe normal. Like it's called a design thinking workshop. It is for you to be more empathetic towards your fellow mates. It's basically to work on an EQ, which is very important for people in the public space. We'll move on now to Maldives.
Okay, now picture of the workshop.
Oh yeah, so this is the picture. It's not very clear, but
Okay, sorry for the picture.
Okay, so I'll move on to the next story.
Yeah.
It's from Maldives. Now there's going to be some cruising from Maldives to Mumbai. It's going to be possible in December as Costa Neoclassica is going to start operating their services. The charges, get this, it's 42,000 and it includes all of the port taxes. Now what you get to see, it'll stop at New Mangalore, Cochin, and the voyage will go on and it'll have stopovers at Colombo and Mormugao port in Goa before culminating in Mumbai. It's a week-long itinerary. You get to go to Sri Lanka, you get to be in a fancy cruise liner, and the tariff for one person is 42,000. These services start in December. We all know how beautiful Maldives is. It's known for its amazing beaches.
Somebody's asking for the cost again.
Oh, it's 42,000 and it includes the port tariff. 42,000 per person, 42,000 rupees that is. So I don't know if you're from India or wherever, but this sounds quite cost effective. It's a week-long itinerary. You'll stop at Colombo, Mormugao port in Goa, and it's culminates in Mumbai. Right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so we move on to the next story. This is from Nepal. The amateur cricketers from Nepal defeated the Marylebone Cricket Club, and they set a record of a historic win. The ticket collections will be given as an aid in rebuild work after the 2015 earthquake. It's been a year since the earthquake, and this record comes at a great time. It was a friendly match played in honor of the friendship between two countries, Nepal and where is this club from?
It's from England.
From England. It's from England. Okay, I don't know a lot about sports. Sorry, that's embarrassing. So they're known as the guardians of cricket from what I'm to understand, Marylebone Cricket Club. There was a crowd of over 9,000 people. They were witnessed the match and it came in support of the visiting side, surprisingly. Now there were rules of the ground and efforts to unfurl the Nepal flag
Somebody's
were
saying
turned
it's
down.
the Lords, and also somebody wants us to cover the Kabali review. So
Oh, Kabali. Okay, we might do that. We might do that tomorrow. What else?
I think it was regarding the club. Somebody says
It's
it's
the
the
Lords. Like the club name is Lords.
Oh, okay.
It belongs to
Okay, great. The proceeds of the match again, it was 10 sterling pounds per ticket. They will be given as aid for rebuilding work in Nepal after last year's earthquake, which saw a lot of massive devastation. So, here's the picture. Okay, we move on to Pakistan now. The Chief Minister of Balochistan, that's Sanaullah Zahri, has called for implementation of converting tube wells to solar systems. This will be a great idea because it's going to subsidize costs, it's going to save more money. It will, the cost of the entire system, in fact, will be borne by the federal and provincial governments as well as the growers. This saves, of course, it saves a lot of electricity for common people, and of course, a lot of money being paid as subsidy for energizing and using power for agriculture. We have this, yeah. It's actually quite great for agriculture, using solar system induced tube wells.
So have they mentioned how are they going to do it or anything?
No, I think they're still structuring out the plan. They've tried to initiate this policy. We'll soon know more about it, and the minute we do, we'll tell you guys about it. But I think it will be implemented. A lot of countries are looking to solar energy, and they're trying to do this here as well. So let's move on to Sri Lanka. Now, the WHO has certified Sri Lanka to be lymphatic filariasis free. It's also known as elephantiasis. It's the second country in the Southeast Asian region to receive this certification. The first country was Maldives. WHO has set out to eliminate this condition worldwide by 2020, which is in the next 4 years. And Sri Lanka has reached that milestone before that time, so which is obviously a sign of quite great progress. Do we have any questions or any comments?
No, so people are just getting distracted by you and the way you are yawning. So I think.
I hope you guys aren't yawning, ma'am. Am I making you yawn?
No, not you. The girl behind.
The girl behind me.
The girl behind.
I know somebody's yawning because of me.
They are sleepy.
Don't be sleepy, listen to this. Give me more suggestions.
Say hi and tell them that you're not sleepy and not bored.
But I think you are in the first. Okay, so we move on to the last story. That's from India. Now, the Diamond City of India. Does anybody know what the Diamond City of India is? Are you getting any answers? No? Okay, it's Surat. It's in Gujarat. It's aiming to become a solar city. Again, there's another solar power city. A solar city by generating solar power through rooftops of buildings and spare land. The municipal corporation of the city, that's the Surat Municipal Corporation, is set to launch. They're going to start serving. They're going to start serving access to the ground situation, the readiness of households, how much people are ready to implement this in their houses, what do they know about this.
Okay, so wait, KK knew the answer, he just asked you to give him some more time. So
Oh,
okay,
sorry.
we give it to him. He
Okay,
knew
we
it.
give you a free gift hamper which does not exist.
Yeah.
But great. This rooftop solar plants is actually quite a great idea, especially for small households. They'll have a net metering system which will allow customers to generate their own electricity from solar energy, and they'll feed the unused electricity back into the grid, and they'll be compensated for that. Again, it's a government initiative, and we're going by the high temperatures.
Oh
we've
wow,
seen.
so our broadcast is itself a hamper. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. So that's the last story of the day. Oh yeah, we have this. Surtis to go green. It's the people of Surat, I'm guessing. Very cool name.
Alright,
So that's the last story of today. I hope you guys liked it. Do tweet about us.
any more questions guys?
Read from Beyond News. Follow us. Tweet to us. Share this. We do this every day. We talk about nice stories from South Asia, which normally don't get covered. This segment is called This Also Happened. It's a happy newsroom. Lots of laughter.
Yeah, that's a newsroom, quite energetic and loud and back.
Alright, so we'll wrap up with that now. See you tomorrow.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Oh.